Morning to all of my dear students and friends. As you all are aware, yesterday Institute of Chartered Accountant of India have released FNQ, which is related to July 2020 examination. I'm going to have a small summary about that notification. I hope that might be clarifying the doubts which you have and will be useful to you. Let me make it short and simple. There are the 21 points are there, or 21 Q&A is there in that particular notification. Even though 21 Q&A is there in that notification, we don't want to concentrate on everything. There are certain serial number which is related to miscellaneous part. We have to focus, or we have to discuss the point which is related to students examination, and let me concentrate the points where the students will have a confusion. Okay, point number 1, let me go point number wise, like serial number 1, 2, 3, Q&A 1, 2, 3, but let me concentrate the areas where we are supposed to be addressed. Other areas, let me just close up. Serial number 1 will be a small area. You have to wear the mask and carry the water bottle, sanitizer, all those things. Just leave it as a small point. Point number 2 also is very, very small point. Thermal scanning will happen, whether they will sanitize the examination center, all those things. Point number 3, which talks about if students have a fever, will they be allowed to write the examination, or will they be allowed to enter in the examination hall? So that point, yes, slightly important. If you have a fever that have been identified in the thermal scanning, you will not be allowed to write the examination unless otherwise you have a MBBS or the doctor's certificate stating that fever is not because of COVID. So ensure that if you are having a fever on that particular day of examination, go and take the certificate from MBBS doctor. He should be a qualified or you must have a qualification minimum MBBS or anything more than that, and they will do all this COVID test and they will issue the certificate. Accordingly you have to plan. But again, one day before the examination you have to go through that process, because I think at present scenario to get reported will take one day if it is a COVID test. Point number 4, if you forgot to bring a mask, will you be allowed to write the examinations and exam? No problem. Institute will support you. They will give the mask, but it is advisable to carry your own mask. Point number 5 or Q&A 5, which talks about will the examination center will be sanitized on the examination center? Yes, just leave it. Point number 7 is very important. Point number 7 is very, very important. Point number 8 is very important. Point number 9 is very important. So we'll be focusing on these 3 areas very detailing. Point number 7, which talks about IPCC, or you can call it as intermediate. Okay, so is extension of intermediate old course up to November 2020 examination only for the students who opted, or for all? It has given clearly it is applicable for all students. So irrespective of you're going to opt out or not, okay, your the old syllabus scheme will be automatically extended till November 2020 examination. So that clarification is given very clearly. So is extension of intermediate old course up to November 20 examination only for the students who opt out, or for all? It is applicable for all the students, so it is very clearly given. So IPCC students, you can very happy because the extension is given. You can refer point number 7. Come to point number 8. Point number 8, which talks about final students. Point number 8, which talks about final students and related to older syllabus. Will November 2020 to be a last attempt for final old course students? That's a question. Institute has given a very clear explanation to that. Council have a power to go for 6 attempt. It means that when syllabus gets changed, council having a power to extend it the existing syllabus for the next 6 attempt. As per that particular power, they have given that. Point number 8, I'm discussing point number 8, so kindly take a note. Point number 8 is applicable to final students who is writing the examination as per the old syllabus. New syllabus people, just you can leave it, it is not applicable for you. For them who opt out May 2020, that's what examination which is going to be held in July 20. The person who is going to opt out, that for them the last attempt will be May 21. The last attempt will be May 21. The person who are not opt out the July 2020 examination, as per the current notification, or as per my personal understanding, your last attempt will be November 21. Sorry, not November 21, November 20. But institute said that we will be taking necessary steps to the committee, and it means that they will recommend the committee to take the attempt into May 21. But as of now it is November 20. Let me make a small summary again, because there was a small error was happened in our discussion. Point number 8, which talks about final old syllabus students, is divided into two categories. The students who have opt out May 2020 exam, that is going to be held in July. If they opt out, that the last attempt will be May 21. If they are not opt out that particular July exam, the last attempt will be November 21 late. But institute may come with a fresh notification for them also. The attempt may go to May 21, but as of now it is November 20. Next, point number 9. Whether next examination will be held in November 20 or December 20. Again, that is very important point, needs to be addressed. If exam is going to be held in July 2020, say for example, COVID issues, all everything has been settled down, institute in the position to have examination or conduct the examination in July 2020. In that case, your next exam, November 20 examination will be in the month of December. Suppose due to unavoidable reason, if July 2020 examination is going to be cancelled, in that case your next examination will be November 20. Let me tell you once again. If exam is going to be conducted as scheduled in July 20, then your next exam will be in the month of December. Suppose due to unavoidable reason, if July exam is going to get cancelled, then your next exam will be November. This is, you can understand very well, there are so many administrative processes are there. If your exam is going to be held in July and it will be getting over in the middle or second week of August, then they have to value the paper, they have to publish the result, etc. They need some time. That is the reason they are planning to have exam in December instead of November. Other case, in the worst scenario, if exam gets cancelled, then they will have a plenty of time. They don't want to wait for another 1 month of time. They can have an exam as the regular schedule, that is in November. So point number 7, 8, 9 is very, very relevant from the student's point of view. Point number 10. What will happen if resident of students comes under containment zone during the conduct of examination? That is again is very important. You're going and writing an examination institute. Assume that institute is conducting examination as scheduled in July. I'm summarizing point number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 together. I'm discussing or I'm explaining in a combined manner point number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 together. So I have started with examination. I have written one paper, or I have written 3 papers. But due to government notification, central government or state government notification, that particular city or that particular area comes under containment zone. What to do? Institute will take necessary steps to shift the examination center from that area to another area. But if the institute are not in the position to arrange examination hall, then your exam will completely get postponed to the next examination. You can write the exam in November or December. Depends on the case, as I discussed in the previous 2 minutes ago. Sir, that's from the institute point of view. The second point, or let me go point by point also, it will be very clear for you. Point number 13. What will happen if the students gives three papers, but on the fourth paper his resident comes under the containment zone? In such case, or in case of partial attendance in exam, in that case such students will be shifted to November 2020 examination. So official notification letters, everything will be given to the students. That will be taken care from the point of from ACA point of view. Come to point number 14. What will happen if the students has appeared for all the papers of one group, but during the papers of second group in his resident examination center comes under containment zone? In that case, first group will be taken as completely appeared, and the second group you have to write in the next attempt. Come to point number 15. What will happen if the students is found COVID-19 positive either before or during the examination, or is not good health to appear this examination? I feel again is a very important point. Such students will not be allowed to appear in July 2020 exam and will be accommodated by ICA next examination, that is November 2020, on submission of test report. Okay, this also is okay. There is another point number 13, I think. Yeah, as I started, let me give a small summary on that. Friends, I have written three papers, but due to unavoidable reason, I am not able to write fourth paper. So what will happen? So this point is again very important, point number 13 only. That's a point which I missed out. I'm just looking on that point. As a student, you are writing, assume that you are writing about the group. Okay, so that scenario will give the full clarity. Assume that one students are going to write both the group. Okay, example number 1. He has written first group. In the second group, he has written fifth paper and sixth paper. On the very next day, the day when he is going to take the seventh paper, government says that this area comes under containment area. Institute also not in the position to arrange any examination center. In that particular scenario, your group 1 will be validated. It means that institute will take a group 1 examination, they will publish the result. Come to group 2. You would have already given paper 5, paper 6. You have to write paper 7 and paper 8, right? Now, whether this paper 5 and paper 6, which are already written, will it be carried forward to the next examination, that is November 20? Answer is no. When you go and write exam on November 20, you have to write group 2 completely. So partial carry forward is not allowed. So even though you have written paper 5 and paper 6 in July exam, but due to unavoidable reason, exam is not going to be held in July or August, then when you're going to write in November 20, you have to write paper 5, paper 6, paper 7, paper 8 together. It means that group 2 you have to write completely. I hope you are clear now. Okay, so this point is very, very important from the student's point of view. The other points are very, very miscellaneous points. You can go through it. Automatically you can understand. I hope this particular audio note will be helpful to you. If you have any queries on that or anywhere is any mistake was happened in this discussion, let me know. I will clarify to you. Thank you. I hope you know. Myself is Raja.